What's up, everybody? And today we're checking out US and Brazilian soldiers conduct river and jungle assault, November 2023. This is by Times Archive. If you want to watch this video without me waffling over the top, you can certainly do that down in the description down below. As always, you know you can always go down to the description and watch the video without me waffling. It's something that I always like to do. If I sound really nasally, I've actually got a cold. That's why I didn't upload a video yesterday. I don't feel the best. So if you hear me kind of nasally and wiping my nose, then you know that it's because I have a cold, and I do apologize. I've got things to announce. It's been like a whole week. Last time we saw me was during the live stream, which was incredibly successful. I really enjoyed the live stream. I'm thinking of adding one live stream per week where we play games, maybe on the Friday, so we can chill and relax and play video games together. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Do you want to see a live stream on Fridays? Also, actually, there is something I do want to announce. I have... Down in the description down below, there is a questionnaire. It is a new project I'm working on with this team, and I am so excited for it. Honestly, I think this is going to be massive. I think this might even be bigger than this channel eventually. So if you haven't already, down in the description, there's a questionnaire. It takes like 60 to 90 seconds to fill out, I'm pretty sure. And it's like 12 to 13 questions, and it helps with this new project that's coming out. There's also a little part at the very end for an email. And if you pop your email in, you will get updates on what this new project is, and you'll be like the first people to see what's going on with it. Very, very excited. Very excited. That's pretty much it. Let's shut up. Let's watch this, and let's figure out what they're doing in the jungle. What are they doing? Times Archive. Do some really good footage, this YouTube channel, to be fair. I know that feeling. None of the jungle, but zipping across the water like this. I know that feeling because I've done it plenty of times in the Royal Marines. All right. This is in Brazil. Are these Brazilian soldiers here? No, they're Americans right there. Oh, there's mix. There's Brazil there and American in the same boat.
This is 1-6. We have reached our ORP. Great.
Okay, so my presumption is this is part of a big exercise that's going on with Brazilian soldiers. Obviously, it says it's a jungle assault, but I'm sure it's part of a bigger exercise. Yeah, it looks like we're getting straight into it. It looks like there's no brief. We're just seeing the actual footage of the assault with no information about what is actually going on. So we're just going to have to presume a lot of things here. Obviously, the firing blanks here. You can see that with the type of rounds in the front.
Okay. Your battery?
They got a drone in the air. Did you hear that?
1-2.
Did you hear that? They had a drone in the air. Listen.
Done.
Yeah, there was a drone.
1-1, 1-2. We recon the rest.
All right. Get in the organ. Get in the organ. Ah, wet feet for the rest of the day now. You got wet feet for the rest of the day. What's that? What's this here? Maybe it's some sort of like map case, map cover. That's interesting. I've never seen that before. When I did it might not be a map, but every time I used a map, it would be stowed away in my backpack or in my pocket on the side. I'm not sure. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something else. These little vests as well. You see these little vests they've got on with the dots. These are basically kind of like laser tag. You ever played laser tag? And if someone shoots at you and this picks it up, it means that you've been shot. At least we had something similar like that in the Royal Marines. I don't know whether this actually is that, but it definitely looks like it. Reminds me of it. He's got one of them on his back as well.
1-2 will stay here.
Combined river and jungle movement during the mock assault in... I can't even pronounce that. During the exercise South Vanguard, 24th of November, 2023. Oh, imagine carrying that weapon through the jungle. Humid AF. Oh, there up. He nearly went then. Get yourself up, lad. Come on, crack on. here's another one. Yeah, that's one thing, like, you don't really know this until you start experiencing it. But obviously, when you're a soldier, your eyes have got to be up looking, you know, at the ground in front of you, looking out in front of you in case anything cracks on, right? In case anyone shoots or whatever. Now, these look like they're trying to go to the next area, so they might be in a rough kind of like safer zone. The reason I'm thinking that they're not is because when they got off the boats, they went straight into position and was looking out. So they technically, you know, they're in a dangerous area here. Like dangerous, I'm saying it's an exercise, isn't it? But like a dangerous area. And so it makes me think back to like, you've got to be looking at your footing. I didn't really do much jungle warfare, not to this style anyway. And you're looking at your footing, but you're also trying to look at the horizon and make sure that there's nothing in your vicinity. And so there's plenty of times where you stumble and move. I mean, this happens when you're doing like urban warfare as well with like curbs and stuff like that. You're usually pretty good at it, but like, and you get better with it with time. But you're obviously trying to keep an eye out, right? You're obviously trying to look ahead of you. But you've also, especially in the jungle, it must be pretty difficult. Like, there's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of roots, there's a lot of twigs and rocks on the ground. You're going to stumble quite a bit. And so you've got to really, really pick your feet up and get used to it. Because it's almost as if your attention is being drawn into many different areas, not just the horizon, your feet, comms, your mate, everything. Not to mention all the gear on your back. Does make me wonder. There's a lot of like things dangling on some, not all of them, but some of them have things. This guy's got pretty clear, but I've seen a couple of the day sacks. They've got like belts hanging and stuff. You gotta be careful if you're in a place like a jungle and it can get snagged. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. Everything needs to be stowed away in packs, like really tightly.
Hang on the coast, stay out of the mud. We have to clear through these civilians. We're gonna have to deal with them on this.
The noise they're making. Like, this guy's got, like, loads of stuff hanging off his... And this guy as well, look at all this stuff here hanging down from his bag. Like, that's just a snag waiting to happen, that. That's, like, should be standard SOPs. Standard SOPs. It should be SOPs. If you say standard SOPs, that's standard operating procedure. Where's his helmet? I guess they're not wearing helmets in the jungle.
Hey, Mikey, come here.
I got my
Clear
weapon.
this weapon off of him.
My weapon's down.
Clear this weapon off of him. There you go. Don't worry about your weapon.
I mean, definitely worry about your weapon.
My skills.
Face out for security. Make sure we don't get ran off. There you go.
We coupled? Yeah.
So let me just go back to the firing in the jungle here real quick. Okay, so SOPs might be different. Well, they definitely are different between countries, not even to mention between troops. But one thing we learned in the Royal Marines very early on, like right pretty much at the start, was if you're in a firefight, right? As soon as you've got a couple rounds down, you've got to shift your position, whether it's a meter to the left or a meter to the right. You've got to get a couple rounds down and shift. Couple rounds down and shift. And it's all about not being in that same position. All three of these lads here shot and then stayed in the same position. Granted, this one on the ground here, he rolled to the side to change a mag. And I think this guy's changing the mag as well. So fair play to him if you know, if he's rolling to the side to change mag, he'd probably get away with that. But and I don't know what their SOPs are. Their SOPs might be different. Like if we run out of rounds and our mags, we got no rounds left in the chamber, we shout stoppage and then change the mag so that the guy next to you can pick up the fire while you quickly change your mag. These are SOPs that we got taught very early on, but I don't know what their SOPs are. So I'm saying that from a comparison perspective, not a they're doing it wrong perspective. Does that make sense? All three of them are changing mags at the same time.
Push through the fucking near ambush. Hey, Mikey, come here.
I got my
Clear
weapon.
this weapon off of him.
My weapon's down.
Clear this weapon off of him. There you go. Don't worry about your weapon. Detain him, Mikey.
My skills.
Face out full security. Make sure we don't get ran up. There you go.
We cuffing?
Mikey, after you're done securing his arms, put a tourniquet on his left arm, okay?
Interesting.
I thought they did already. All right, ready? 3, 2, go.
Zigzag. Zigzag, guys. Zigzag. Make sure you're getting them zigzags in.
Hey, we got front lane trains in front of the blue building! Right side! Wide center!
I'm trying to also look at their gear at the same time, just so I can get a bit of perspective of what their equipment is during this exercise as well. I think this on his shoulder here is part of that vest thing. Maybe. It might not be. It might be their comms. Again, I was in the British Royal Marines. I wasn't in the US military. But usually the thing for the vest... Because this might be that vest where if you get shot, it beeps. So it sounds like you've been hit. Because there's something on his shoulder here above my... You might not be able to see my cursor. But there's also an attachment on your weapon to show where you're shooting. And if it pings one of the other vests, then... It's basically like laser tag for adults. It just shows you if you've been hit or not. Make sure you keep your body in cover and stuff.
Hey, we got a building on the left side! You're cut off, you're cut off. All right.
Bound up!
They're dead! Hey, Sandy, we got!
Alan, they're dead! Bound up to the corner!
Lot of shouting about. It's very important when you're in a firefight that you do shout what you say for obvious reasons. My other worry though, that could have been just a lot of people trying to get the information to their you know, higher ranked individual, so that he could pass on the message to whoever he needs to pass on. Because it looks like these are all part of the section, the troop. Maybe it's a bit of a... Maybe it's a couple sections here. And then this guy here who's been shouting in this far left looks like he might be, you know... For us, it would be a corporal or a lance corporal or something like that. But obviously, it might be different with these individuals. And it looks like, I might be wrong, but it looks like these guys are shouting to him and he's shouting to someone else. Yeah, look, they're all looking at this guy down here. So he is some sort of corporal or lance corporal, or it would be in the Royal Marines anyway. And he's obviously getting that information and shouting it elsewhere.
They're dead! Bound up to the corner!
Oh no, it's the guy behind this guy. Okay. It's interesting trying to compare my time in the Royal Marines to even like US Marines, or, you know, I think these are airborne, it said. Like, there's so many different SOPs and so many different styles. This is why they do joint operations, right? This is why the US and the UK will get together. All of the US and Brazilian soldiers will get together and work together so that you can see what they do and they can see what you do. And you can adapt certain things to make you a better soldier and make your unit a better unit as a whole. Because there's things here that I've not seen before, gear-wise there is anyway. But again, this is 2023. I left in 2012. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a long time here before, and a lot can change in that time. And then they're heading back out again. There's kids like filming it on the phone.
Hey, hand me my sock bag, bro.
Whoa, don't be going down like that. Christ, mate. What are you doing? That was interesting. That was super interesting. I think there's a lot of like, I'd like to watch more footage like this of training exercises. You have to remember, it's been a long time since I was in the Royal Marines, so I'm trying to like bring back a lot of them old memories on what happened. Especially because not only was I young when I was doing it, but when you're doing the exercise, it almost becomes like a second nature. Like you don't even think about what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And it just happens, and then you only have to think when you're in tricky situations. Everything else should be fluid. There are obviously parts where you are thinking, and it's usually when that there are, you know, scenarios that need more elaborated on. But when it comes to your general kind of firefights, everything should be pretty much second nature. And so a lot of that is going out my head. You know, it makes me wonder if I went on a training exercise now, you know, as a 32-year-old, after I've left the Royal Marines, it's been like, what, over 10 years. It makes me wonder if I went into a fire team, if I went into a section in a troop and went into a firefight, I wonder if I would have just picked it up like that. Do you know what I mean? Would be very interesting. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'll leave this in the description. Don't forget to check out that questionnaire. Very important, very exciting. Definitely do that if you haven't already. Until next time, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.